In life, we often have to go over stepping stones, experiences and undertakings that help us progress toward our goals but aren't necessarily enjoyable or appealing. Although the analogy doesn't hold perfectly, I always thought of coming to Durham for college as a stepping stone. While Duke's academic pedigree eventually made the decision an easy one, I did have my doubts about Durham. Having grown up and lived in busy metropolises all my life, college life brought with it a very jarring change. Although I have now come to love how quaint and charming Durham is, I will always still be a city boy at heart. My time at Duke has convinced me that I'd like to return to city living post-graduation. And what better city to start off my post-grad life in than New York City? There is just something about the hectic pace of life in New York City that I find very appealing. Everyone here appears to have a purpose and intent about him or her. The city itself can often seem like a living, breathing creature. Also, I'm very much a night owl and need to be in a city that doesn't sleep. Introduction to Finance. Economics, in many ways, was my stepping stone to the world of finance. Economics had always fascinated me, and I entered college knowing that I wanted to major in economics. However, back then, I hadn't yet established which areas of economics I wanted to specialize in or focus upon specifically. My first formal introduction to finance was via a class at Duke titled The Internationalization of Finance. It was then that I began to appreciate the role that finance plays in nearly all aspects of our lives, and how the very functioning of any economy hinges on the actions of financiers. By the end of my second semester of college, I'd wholly convinced myself that finance was my calling in life. Finding my niche. Having determined that I wanted to be in finance, I had to figure out where exactly I fitted in the world of finance. I spent almost the entirety of junior year doing just that. I soon realized that I was most interested in investing. I enjoyed following stocks and trying to determine how economic developments and company performances would affect stock prices. My desire to invest led me to set up a personal account for myself at the start of junior year and spend countless hours reading up on various stocks to inform my investments. Now ideally, given my interest in investing, I would like to work at a buy-side institution such as a hedge fund after college. However, as with my college experience, I soon realized that there are stepping stones I will have to cross before entering the world of professional investing. This is because buy-side institutions typically don't recruit students who are coming straight out of college and require entrants to have had a few years of prior finance experience. Thus, I've decided to start my finance career in investment banking, an industry that will equip me with all the necessary skills required to eventually make the transition. Investment banking. This summer was my first formal introduction to the world of investment banking. As far as stepping stones go, this one is turning out to be one of the hardest ones to cross. The hours have been long and the work has been taxing. However, I can honestly say that I've enjoyed every minute of it. It is true that the details of the work in investment banking do not seem glamorous at a glance. At the junior level, a lot of it involves making Excel models and creating presentations. However, if you zoom out and look at the big picture, banking is actually quite amazing. Bankers are at the very heart of the economy, connecting firms and corporations that need financing to individuals and institutions who want to invest their money. I've already had first-hand experience of working with clients in a capital raise transaction and can attest to the thrilling aspect of being involved in and contributing to the deal-making process. Life outside the office. My life outside the office has been wonderful. I've made great friends and delved into the depths of New York to discover all that the city has to offer. Weekends, the ones that I get off at least, are my favorites since I can do with them as I please. One of my favorite pastimes has become simply dozing off in Central Park. New York really is a treasure trove of incredible destinations. So far, I've unearthed exotic food restaurants, underground dance clubs, and rooftop bars with gorgeous views of the New York skyline. My favorite is this view from Brooklyn Bridge. Looking ahead. As I draw towards the end of my story, I would like to leave you with images from the 4th of July celebrations here in New York and a few parting words. I'm just entering the world of finance and have a very long way to go yet. My interests may change dramatically in the coming years, and I may look back at my present self in confusion and amusement. There are probably many more stepping stones that I have to cross to eventually find my perfect fit. However, for the time being, I know what I'm most passionate about and what I want to do in the following years. Hopefully, my future will be as bright as these fireworks.